Yeah, feel free to chat with everyone. There's a chat feature on your side. There we are. Let's see. Is that going? Yeah, I think that's going. Awesome. Great. Awesome, everyone. Well, thanks for coming to the webinar. Let's give everybody another 30 seconds. How about that? Just want to make sure everyone can use their technology. Technology is fantastic when it all works. So grab a cup of coffee. I see everybody's on chat saying hello. Hello from Bulgaria. Are you kidding me, Peter? Awesome. Thank you for being here. And this is an InterNACHI webinar, and they're free, live, international, and open to everyone. All right. So on your side, you should be able to see me. Hello. I cannot see you. You should be able to hear me. I cannot hear you, but you can chat with everyone or use the Q&A feature to ask a question. It'll be posted and people can upvote it if you'd like. Shall we begin? Yeah? All right. Sounds good. Hey, everybody. My name is Ben Gromyko. I'm from InterNACHI. That's the International Association of Certified Home Inspectors. We're the leading organization, international organization of residential inspectors, residential building inspectors, and commercial building inspectors. And we do free live webinars called InterNACHI webinars, where we talk about everything about inspecting, marketing, and business for inspectors. And if you'd like to register for the next webinar, it's at nachi.org, nachi.org/webinars. And my name is Ben Gromyko. You could always email me with any question that you have, ben@internachi.org. I think we're live on YouTube right now, but if you wanted to interact during a live webinar, you have to register at nachi.org/webinars. And if you happen to miss a webinar, that's okay, because all of our webinars are video recorded. And this is going to be part 2 of a 6-part webinar series about SEO for home inspector websites. And this part 2, is all about getting started with SEO. So today is November 24th. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And during the webinar, I'm going to show you my personalized SEO checklist that my website designer gives me. So I'll show you what that SEO means. SEO isn't complicated. It isn't difficult to understand. Your website designer should be very transparent with what SEO tasks they are doing on your website, and I'll show you mine. If you're not an InterNACHI member and you'd like to join, and you've never been a member before, we have a couple codes for you at the following URL, nachi.org/trial, TRIAL, and you can enter the code webinar month, one word, webinar month, to get a 1-month trial membership and test this out. Or if you'd like to join and you want a big 50% discount, use the code webinar, and that's at nachi.org/trial. We have a tuition-free online accredited college for home inspectors at internachi.edu. If you're going to take any kind of training, examination, certification, state-approved CE, continuing education, go to a college. Look for that .edu. Everything else, who knows? Could be accredited, not accredited, for-profit only, not regulated. But when you look for the .edu, you know you're going to get a college. And InterNACHI, incredibly, has a tuition-free college in its organization. You join InterNACHI, the organization, and all the courses that are online are provided by our tuition-free accredited college, accredited by a national accrediting agency recognized by the U.S. Department of Education. And we're talking about SEO. That means websites. So get a new custom website from InterNACHI's official vendor for inspector websites. And that's at nachi.org/website, nachi.org/website. And this, again, is part 2. We're going to get started with SEO. In the previous webinar, part 1, we of the 6-part webinar series, we introduced the topic of SEO, search engine optimization for inspector websites, and we learned how search engines work, including Google search. And again, this is a 6-part series. That was part 1. This is going to be part 2. Part 3 is still about SEO. That's next week, next Friday. Register for it. Everyone who registers gets a video recording. The next 3 webinars after that are going to be about keywords. And in this webinar, I'm going to show you my own website. It's not complicated. Building a website, if you delegate it down, you can build your own website for free if you wanted to. I'll show you that. Or you can delegate it down to InterNACHI's a vendor for website designs. They're pretty good too. It's up to you. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to show you my website and my SEO checklist because I think SEO isn't complicated. The only people who tell you that SEO is very complicated, oh, you won't understand it. It's usually the ones who are trying to sell you something, trying to sell you an SEO service or a website ranking service, right? And it's usually in an email or a message, and it goes something like this: "Hi, I'm a name from somewhere you've never heard," and or they use Google. I'm a Google or something designer, and I noticed that your website sucks. Right? It's got a bunch of errors on it. It's got a lot of problems that only I can fix for a certain fee. Click here. So don't fall for that scam. I get those all the time. InterNACHI gets those all the time, right? It's just people who think SEO is complicated, and that's a reason to sell that service. If we can complicate it, if we can tell people it's very complicated, then they can't do it on their own. They'll have to hire us. So don't pay anybody for SEO. Don't pay anybody to manage your website. Don't pay anybody for a really fancy, expensive website design either. Getting an inspector website designed for you should be like a one-time fee of around a few $100s, and you have to host it to keep it live on the internet. That's hosting fee, and that's maybe $30 a month. Okay? So this is part 2 of the webinar series about SEO and inspector websites. So let's talk about how to optimize your search engine. And I'm going to show you a 6-part series. And they're all video recorded. And I'm going to show you how my home inspector website is on the back side of my design, my own SEO plan and my checklist, how that looks, right? And then my website was designed by InterNACHI's official vendor. When it comes to SEO, there aren't any shortcuts. You got to do the tasks, right? You either do them yourself or you take advantage of the key to successful business strategies, and that's delegating it down, right? Give it to someone else to do. But the steps are really simple. First, you have to create an SEO strategy or an SEO plan. I'll tell you what that is for your home inspector website. And every SEO strategy or every SEO plan, every SEO task checklist that every inspection company is going to do is going to be different from all other inspection companies, right? And so how can that be? If we're all doing kind of like website designs and SEO checklists, how are we all different? How are we getting recognized or discovered on one particular search for a home inspector in your area? How are they bubbling up? Well, we learned about discoverability in the past webinar, but in this webinar, it's going to be about a little different. Just like every website for inspectors is a little different. It's because every home inspection company is a little different. Every home inspector is different. Well, your certifications aren't the same, right? They're different. Your experience is not the same. Your logo is not the same. Your business name, your marketing, your services, your value propositions, they're all unique, even in the same market area or zip code. So my inspection website is bigbeninspections.com, right? I'm the COO of InterNACHI. I only do home inspections when there's a camera in front of me or creating a training video. But I do have a website for training purposes like this. It's bigbeninspections.com. Bigbeninspections.com is designed by InterNACHI's official vendor for inspector website designs. And that's at nachi.org/website. So I'll show you everything my website designer provides for me and does for me by showing you my website structure, how it's designed, SEO checklists, everything. Nothing's going to be hidden here, okay? The way I approach my SEO is that I have an SEO strategy. I got a plan. I got a step-by-step checklist. Oh, you're visiting my website. So my website designer provides me an app that my phone dings every time someone visits my website. So if you're visiting my website right now during this live video, live webinar, I'm going to get notified. So you may be hearing ding dong. And then I can actually click that button and then just talk to you. If I wanted to chat with you, I can see someone is in Atlanta, Georgia, and you're visiting my homepage. Hey, how are you? Let's go back. Oh, another visitor. So my SEO strategy is that I start with a starting point, right? And that plan is tailored to my business needs, my clients, my market area, my competition, my brand. So my SEO strategy, this first thing I work on, is based upon my brand, which is the answer to the question, why should I hire you instead of any other inspector with a website? Why should I hire you? What makes you different from all the rest? Don't say price. I got lowest prices. Should be about value, right? You want to overwhelm. If the perceived value that you provide is greater than the cost, it's a really good decision for your client to hire you. So what's the value proposition? What are you proposing to give me in exchange for my hard-earned cash? Why should I hire you? That's the brand. My SEO strategy is based upon my brand. So just think about your target audience, your potential clients, and how can you capture their attention? What are you going to say on your business card, in your marketing, on your website that's going to grab their attention and not let them go? In part one of this webinar series, we learned a little bit about how Google ranks websites on searches. It was about getting your website discovered, like discoverability, it's called. Including, we also learned about how to get a Google business profile, which is essential. And during that previous webinar, we saw how Google literally just on their website told us that if your site has these things in it, these essential things, essential information, it delivers relevant content, it has good navigation and user experience, and you keep the website active, right? Like you're sharing blog posts and photos, your website ranking will just come naturally. Once you have an SEO strategy, meaning that your business marketing is really down tight, your logo, you got your services, you got your fees, you got your unique value propositions, you're working on your brand, your message, and the answer to the question, why should I hire you instead of anyone else? You take that, all that information can be developed and fine-tuned using InterNACHI's marketing team, which is at nachi.org/marketing. InterNACHI's marketing team doesn't do any marketing for InterNACHI. It does all of its marketing for members. It's a team of 7 highly talented professional business consultants, marketing consultants, designers, and illustrators, and they all work for you. Imagine hiring 7 people just to work on your marketing. You wouldn't be able to do it. Wouldn't be able to afford it. But because you're a member of InterNACHI, you have access to this marketing team. And that's step 2. go to the InterNACHI marketing team. If you need help in developing an SEO strategy, which is really all about your marketing, your brand, right? How you take that brand and message it through your marketing. Once you have all that ready, you got your plan, your logo, your business name, your SEO strategy, right? Thinking about how you're going to capture people's attention, their value proposition, the answer to the question, why should I hire you? You went to InterNACHI's marketing team. They designed marketing for you with the logo and the feel and the color. Once you have all that, give that information to your website designers who use Wix, Wix.com as their website platform. Why? Because Wix certified website designers have tools that take your SEO strategy, that plan, and all that information, and then they build and design a home inspector website based upon it. And they have the tools to set up the basic SEO stuff for your site. And they also have the flexibility to add advanced features of SEO if you want to. But if you're just getting started with SEO, I highly recommend starting with a personalized SEO checklist provided by Wix, and anybody can take a look at it. And I'm going to show you mine on my website, and it looks like that, right? I'm actually going to show you everything through my Wix dashboard. That's why Wix is important. And SEO is not complicated. My personalized SEO checklist guides me through the basics of SEO for my site, helps me get my site indexed on Google. We learned about indexing in the previous webinar. And it helps me start optimizing the performance of my website on searches, the performance. And then I can measure that performance. And that's called analytics. And I can show you that too. SEO is worth doing. And in business, if it's worth doing, then it's worth measuring. If you can't measure it, then it really doesn't exist. How do you know how things are performing in your business if you can't even measure it? Like an email blast. If you blast out an email and invite people to land on your website, don't shrug your shoulders, go, I don't know if anybody's visiting my website. You should actually know. Watch them in real live. Like if you want to land on my website, I can tell you where you're from and what page you're on. My phone dings. That's measuring the performance of your website. If you have a website designer that doesn't offer that, well, I don't know. Consider going to InterNACHI's official vendor. Love them. That's Inspector Website Builder. And that's at nachi.org/website. They design websites exclusively for InterNACHI inspectors. You have to be an InterNACHI inspector. And they include SEO and a personalized checklist. So let's take a look at my SEO checklist for my home inspector website that was built for me by InterNACHI's vendor. Okay, so let's go to Big Ben Inspections. I'll show you that. Let me take a real quick look at the chat, see how everything's going. Okay, great. Here's my website. Oh, it looks really complicated. This isn't the published website. This is the designer back end of it, right? Like I could just do things like this. Like I can grab the InterNACHI's tips for home buyers. That's always on my homepage or somewhere, right? And I can just drag it. I can make it bigger or smaller. I can, oh, maybe it's a little bit smaller over here, right? And I've got Google reviews and I've got a picture of me and maybe I don't like that, so I can swap that out or something. And maybe I kind of like, don't like what I want to update, where I am. So maybe I'll type in something like that and I'll just delete that, right? So that's my website, how it's designed. But here's my SEO website checklist that InterNACHI's official vendor set up for me. They did all the work. They designed my website in about 10 days, and they did all the work on the SEO. And I asked them, well, what'd you do? What do you mean you did all the SEO? And they give me this checklist, and I'll show you the checklist. Ready? So let's just go through the personalized SEO checklist. And these are things that all of them have to be done. I left a couple that are not done just to show you what it looks like. Let's just jump to that right now. So there's a couple, all this is green. Oh, I got a red mark. I have to add alt text to all the images on my infrared page. So when you put up an image on a website, you have to tell Google, what is the image? It's a question like, what is the image? Tell Google what this image is. Google does not like a bunch of pictures on your website, and Google doesn't know what those pictures are. Google would love you to tell them what the picture is. So like if I have a picture of me, remember a picture of me on my homepage, that I would type, this is a picture of the home inspector, Ben Gromyko, right? So getting back to SEO. Here's a checklist and everything should be green. Let me see if I can, let's see if I can use something fancy here. Oh yeah, look, okay. Look at that, see? So this is green, check, 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 check. That means this checklist is complete. And what did Inspector Website Builder do? On step one, they got to get the home page ready for Google search. And what does that mean? Well, you have to set the home page's title for search results. And what does that mean? Well, the home page's title tag is now optimized and includes what you got to put in the home page's title right here, right? This is the title. This is what people see when they do a Google search for Big Ben inspections in Raleigh. They'll see this. It has to be at least one keyword, right? And what is one of the keywords? Well, it's home inspection, InterNACHI inspector, and Ben Gromyko. Those are really good keywords because I want people who are searching for an InterNACHI inspector. I want my website to pop up in that search. I want people searching for my name, Ben Gromyko. That's probably wouldn't be for you. People aren't really like, oh, I wonder where Matthew Johnson is. No, like they're searching for other keywords. So you need a website designer who knows that, right? So it's typically your company name and the services you provide and like the area, your local area. So I've got Raleigh here. It includes your business name, see, Big Ben Inspections, and your business location. So I've got Raleigh, North Carolina, Wake County, Raleigh, United States, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. And the text length can't just go on and on and on. It's limited. It's in between 10 characters and 200 characters. And that's one task out of about 100 tasks that need to be done. It's not a sprint. It's a long checklist. And your website designer, I don't care who you use. I don't care if you use Inspector Website Builder or you're doing it yourself. You have to have an SEO checklist that's easy to complete. And you have to complete it, all of it. Otherwise, you cannot complain that or wonder why you're not at the top of a Google search. And you can't complain like, I don't know, shrug your shoulders like, I paid somebody to do SEO. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. You hired the wrong person. You have to hire somebody who actually shows you that this is exactly what we did for your website. And it's checked off green. Check, 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 check. Okay. And that's just the first task. There's, 100. I don't want to go on and on, but here's another thing, current meta description. So you have to describe kind of like what your business is all about. And here's what I did. I wrote, I've conducted more than 10,000 home inspections and also trained home inspectors. You found the right home inspector, InterNACHI certified home inspector in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's Big Ben Gromyko inspections. So you kind of see I used all those keywords, right? And here, this is what it looks like on a Google search, right? Got my URL, Big Ben Inspections, Raleigh, North Carolina, and there's the meta description. This is just for the homepage. And the description requirements are similar. You need at least one keyword, the business site name, and the text length could be bigger. That's one thing. Here's another one. Add text to the homepage. What kind of text? Well, the homepage text is now optimized because it includes at least one keyword and a business site name. Then you have to do indexing. Your homepage and site are now eligible for indexing and can be visible in search results. So it has to be indexed. You got to turn that on. It has to be optimized for mobile devices, right? It has to be connected to a premium domain, and then it has to be connected to a Google console so you can see what the heck is going on, right? So when you see it on Google, it looks like this. I've got all these things: Big Ben Inspections, Raleigh, North Carolina. I've got an FAQ. I've got a commercial page. I have a blog about clearance, etc. So it has to look good. And if you hook it up to Google Search Console, which you can do through your dashboard, or your website designer can do it for you, you can take a look at your performance, right? How's your website performing? How many clicks are you getting? How many total impressions are you getting? And then you have to, that's just the homepage. And then the rest of the pages have to be optimized, right? You have to add alt text to all the images on the homepage. You have to add links from another page to the homepage, and from the homepage to one of the pages of the website. Google loves that interconnectedness of the website. And I have the commercial page all set up. I just did all that. Here's a sample report page. All this is green checked. Here, infrared. I have to add an alt text to all the images on the infrared page. So, you know, it's straightforward. It looks a little complicated, but here it is. You have to tell Google, what is the image in here? Oh, this is Ben Gramico. This is a picture of me. That's the alt text. That's not on the infrared page, but that's on the homepage. You have to, every image has to be described. You have to tell Google what those images are. Okay. The point of this is there's a lot to do. And through Wix, if you hire a website designer who uses Wix, which is a really great idea, you can keep track, you can measure, right? If it's worth doing, it's worth measuring. You can measure whether or not your website designer is doing SEO for you. This is the best way that I know where you can actually ask your website designer to be transparent. Tell me, what am I paying for? You said SEO. What does that actually mean? What are you actually doing? And have you done it? And can I see it? Can I make sure that everything is checked off? Yes, right? Okay, so in addition to SEO checklist, right, which is personalized for my business, as you can see, a lot of things are very different. Like the way I describe my business, I'm in Raleigh, I've got different services, a different name, right? It's very unique. It's a personalized SEO checklist. I can also, through Google Console, I can see the performance of it. I also can see analytics, the traffic that comes to my website. So if you visit my website right now, go ahead, if you want to, bigbeninspections.com, and I'll show you what happens if you wanted to help me out on this live webinar. Go to bigbeninspections.com, and I can show you like the analytics. I want to show you the analytics here. On my phone, I wonder if you can see it. Yeah. It's basically the same data that I see on my desktop here. I can see the number of people that are hitting. I have a live, there's another visitor and another visitor. Thank you. So all these people are visiting right now. There's somebody visiting on my website. I have, how many people? I have 6 visitors on my website, and I can chat with any of them. So I can go to any of these visitors and chat with them on my phone. Or let's see if I can do it on my, yeah, here's my website. I have visitors in the last 30 minutes, 9 visitors, 6 live visitors. Here's one of the visitors, number, they're anonymous until you get their information. And I can chat with them. So I want to see this person here, United States. They're visiting my homepage. I want to open up a chat. Now, we haven't practiced this. I have no idea who I'm actually I'm talking to, but hello there. And you can chat with everybody who visits your website. Imagine you now have a really great website designed by an inspection company, website design company that shows you transparently what they're doing for your business. And one of the features is every time someone lands on your website, you can chat with them. Well, that's pretty amazing. Oh, did this person leave? I'll say hello again. I'm chatting with somebody who's visiting my website right now. Hello. Maybe they don't want to talk. They're too shy. That's okay. So imagine doing that, right? There, you can send out an email or a marketing campaign and watch people land on your website in real time and follow them. That you can see, oh, looks like yesterday I had 9 people visit my website. A couple of days ago, there was 11. So I must have been doing something special over here because I had 22 people visit my website. Maybe that was that email, or maybe it was that Facebook post, right? Well, you can see where it's coming from. Maybe it was coming from Google or from a Bing search or from somewhere else. You want to be able to see where people land. So if people land on my homepage, where do they go after that? Well, they went to my services and fees. So if I go to my services and fees, where do they go after that? They go to my sample report. Now that makes sense. They go to my home inspector website page. They want to see what the services and fees are, and then they want to see what they're going to buy. They want a sample report. That's really great information. If it's worth doing, it's worth measuring. And you should have a website design company that provides that information for you. So here we go. I've got now 9 live visitors. So let's see. This is the most recent visitor. Let's see if I can. Oh, they've been on my FAQ, my blog, my sample report, my infrared. Let's open up a chat. Let's see if someone wants to say hello. Hello. Hello there. It's Ben. I can't type. And I can see that they're visiting my infrared page right now. And they've been on that page for 42 seconds. And I can see that my chat has been seen by somebody and they're typing, hi, Ben. That's great. Hey there. I'm on the roof right now, but if you'd like to schedule an inspection next week, I know that I have an opening. But why don't you give me your phone number and I can call you as soon as I get down on the ground? That's what you want. You want to be able to chat with anybody, get their phone number, tell them I can schedule a phone call with you. I can schedule an inspection with you next week, and you get them on the phone. That is way beyond SEO for this webinar, but I wanted to show you the other features, the benefits of hiring a good website design company, right? That has a lot of features, including SEO. Okay, thank you, Ben. I'll be in touch. Right. I appreciate that. Thanks for playing along. Yeah, so that's my personal, the main part of part 2 is, what is SEO? What are the checklists, tasks? And is it personalized? And how do I know that my website design company is doing what I'm paying them to do? I should be able to measure it, because if I hire somebody to do SEO, I want to be able to measure that it's actually been done. And that is the point of this webinar. I want to show you my SEO checklist for my home inspector website designed by InterNACHI's official vendor for website designs. And that's at nachi.org/website. Okay, keep in mind, SEO is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So it may take some time until you see your site ranking on search results. And by the way, there's no page 1 anymore. It's just a big scroll. And if you wanted to be at the top, pull out your wallet and pay a lot of money and run an ad. And we talked about that in the previous webinar about getting on top by pulling out your credit card and paying to be on the top of a search engine. That might not be your goal, to get on the top of a search engine. Your goal might be something else. It's really difficult to do it free and naturally and organically, right? Thanks for visiting my website. I just got another ding. 10th visitor. So that may not be your goal to get ranked, but you still have to do your SEO, because people can still find you if they have your like business name in mind, right? Like if a potential client has Big Ben Inspections in their mind and they search it, I better have my SEO checklist all completed so it pops up, because Google won't match that person with a need to me who can fulfill that need. They just won't do it. So you have to get your SEO. That's why it's really important to make sure all of your SEO tasks are done. Part 3 is next. It's about optimizing more SEO, optimizing your search, optimizing your inspection web page content. What about the content? What do you say about the content? That's the next part. Be sure to choose the right inspector website design company that knows SEO and includes it with their design. And make sure that they use Wix so that you can track and measure their SEO tasks that they're doing for you, right? And InterNACHI's vendor for inspector website designs, they use Wix to build fully customized websites, and they do it exclusively for InterNACHI members. Okay, again, part 3. We just learned how to get started with SEO and home inspector websites. In our next webinar, part 3, we'll learn how to optimize your page content for SEO for your inspector website. So I'll see you on the next webinar about SEO for home inspector websites. Again, that's at nachi.org/webinars. That was about 45 minutes. I really appreciate your time. I don't want to take up all your time in this 6-part webinar series. Go to nachi.org/webinar and register for the next part. I'll see you later at the next webinar. Bye, everybody. Stay safe and healthy. Bye.